You can do anything once you have game, and it doesn't just involve dating with women. It's like if you have the right game, you can outsell a used car salesman. You can talk the judge out of a ticket, talk the cop out of giving you a DUI, and all this shit.
People respond to confidence. We want you guys to be men, to be dominant, not to be aggressively dominant, but to be like, I'm in control, I know what I want, I'm confident, this is where I am. That's dead sexy. And if you're that man, we're going to focus in on you, regardless of what you look like.
A woman's hardwired to align with a man with a really solid identity. I mean, she wants to know who you are, who is this man that she's with. And if you're just kind of floating along like, well, I'm working at McDonald's right now and I don't really know what I want to do with my life, but
again, it's just incongruent. We just want to know if you really are that man, or if, you know, in a month you're going to come down and be that guy that goes, hey, can I do whatever you want? Can I get you a drink? Can I? Because we don't want that guy. That guy is boring. It's hard to not take the hand when it's offered. It's really, really hard. It's out in the open. Like, remember the high five. Yeah. It's hard to not do it. It's right there.
Like when you're shaking the glasses in the club?
Yeah, it's hard not to toast.
Okay, cool.
It's out there. It's in the open. Yeah. But if she really doesn't want it, she's going to be like, dude. Okay, no. The psychology world is actually called an affective filter. You say something to them that hits them wrong. Anyway, it doesn't matter what it is, but it rubs them just the wrong way. And so all of a sudden, this, what's called, like I said, an affective filter goes up, and it doesn't matter what you say to them at that point, nothing is getting through. They're like, ooh, you...
Once you fuck up, you fuck up.
Yeah,
I would just walk away.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's happened.
It goes, it's boom, that shield is raised, and it's gone.
Yeah.
You have lost all credibility. As you said the wrong thing, and it could have been something that her friend said earlier, that her boss said to her, that her kids said to her, that her ex-boyfriend said to her on their first date, that you said in the wrong tone, in the wrong body language, you're wearing the wrong cologne, you're wearing that shirt that her ex-boyfriend had. It doesn't matter. It's not about you. It's about something you have no idea what it is. And she just goes, and you're done.
I tell you what, though.
Don't take it wrong. It's not about you. Move on to the next girl.
Exactly.
Like you can do anything once you have game, and it doesn't just involve dating with women. It's like if you have the right game, you can outsell a used car salesman. You can talk the judge out of a ticket, talk the cop out of giving you a DUI, and all this shit.
People respond to confidence.
Yeah.
Now keep in mind, you're always working on this. Every day you wake up. Every day you get in the morning and you eat a bowl of fucking cereal.
You get you like a man.
You're fucking doing this shit. This is who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've worked hard. And I'm still, where I feel like there's certain areas that I'm still working on.
We're going to go kind of deep, reframing the whole entire meta frame of what's going on, the interaction. We're going to go like, what up?
Hey,
let's go. We're going to go through like a little vocabulary list. We're going to go through transfers of emotional energy, anxiety, anger management,
all that kind of stuff.
All this reframing of the way you were. Usually, like,
we all have them.
We're all here because something we were doing before didn't work.
Right.
So I've taken a collection and spent like thousands of dollars on getting this information. I'm just boiling it into, a 30-minute to an hour presentation.
But we have more specifically for the inner game because we feel like it's the most important. It's one of the most important things that you guys should know. As for you guys yourselves, because this is only gonna benefit you and make you guys better and who you guys want to become, and the identity that you want to portray for all of us to see, who you are.
The big thing is like I always say the stronger frame will eat the weaker frame.
Right.
You got all through human history people that believe one thing as their firm belief filtered down, whether it was right or wrong is irrelevant. It's like they had that stronger frame, and the rest of the social hierarchy filters down to believe in theirs, or if someone else has that stronger belief, then you get the challenge. Right? I can come into a woman and walk up to her and at the dance floor and go straight down. I can say stuff like, "Hey, you didn't shave your legs today, did you? It's cool, we're all human." I can say something like that and make her laugh with the right frame. Some like personal development, inner beliefs, core values, life goals.
Personal developments, inner beliefs, and your core values. And what are your life goals? Who are you trying to become, and what are you trying to achieve? You know? Now this right here, okay, may be entitled into the whole game or the whole picking up, but this right here covers everything. But this right here embodies you as a human. It's who you are, how you want to portray yourself. You know? So you guys have to figure out what areas are you. I mean, everybody has insecurities, so nobody ain't gonna lie on that. Even I still have some insecurities. Brian still has insecurities. Sway has some insecurities. We all have insecurities, you know. But I've taken a lot of those insecurities and I've pushed them down. I don't even see them anymore. And it's made me become a better person in my life. It's made me stronger. It's made me more confident. It made me more focused and achieving my goals in my life, you know, and my core values. You know, I may be doing things differently now as this new human, but my core values, I come from a very, very, very close family. Like, very close. Like, I was raised to be respectful and courteous and all that kind of stuff. And to me, I felt like I was too much of a fucking nice guy. I had to drop that shit. No more thinking as a nice guy. I was a fucking nice guy. I was considered a fucking nice guy.
When you say
Which
nice
I still
guy,
am.
like,
I still am.
go off into
I still am a nice guy.
express like what
I
that
still
means.
have a lot of my core values. I still open car doors for a woman. I still open a chair for her. I still do all those things. Even though,
That's not a bad thing.
okay, even though that, yes, I'm giving her that pedestal. I'm giving her that fucking power, that control. But no, you know, she better check herself before she wrecks herself. You know. But that's just needless to say. But that's who I am. Okay, that's not needless to say. That's who he is, or that's who you are, or that's who you are, or whoever. You know. You decide how you want to portray yourself. You decide where you want to go with it.
It's like inner game to you guys.
Limiting beliefs. They're overcoming limiting beliefs. A boatload of them.
I've got a couple neurolinguistic programs.
Experience, you know, the world of business. It's like 1 out of 10 things go positively. 9 out of 10 are bad news. So this is overcoming life's experience, because the experience is saying, oh, that's going to happen, that's going to happen. Because it's happened before, it's going to happen again.
It's the agreement you've made with yourself, though. You've agreed to believe that.
Yeah,
Right.
subconsciously, you know. See, it's all about this is the law of attraction. This is the secret right here.
You've agreed to put energy
Consciously
into
and
that that's going to
subconsciously.
happen.
Yes,
Subconsciously.
and then when it comes into your conscious, and that's where you create your image. Your image is what you're thinking consciously, and then it filters down into your subconscious, and then that portrays whatever you're feeling. Now, if you're feeling in a negative attitude, then that's what your imaginary, your visionary board in your brain. Okay, you're consciously thinking that, and you're subconsciously that's how that's what's going to happen. It's the frame that you're in. It's the frame we need to take
That's
that
kind of
out.
where we're headed anyway.
Okay, all right. So,
Congruence.
my favorite. I love being congruent.
Congruence is a term. Basically, a woman is always going to be shit testing you to see if your congruency of a man. If I walk up to her and say that line, but I have the body language of the wussy still, and she's testing my congruence right there. And she always says, I'm claiming to be a man all of a sudden that I'm not. And she can see it instantly. And I walk up to her, like I said, just that vocal tonality, that body language, I might say something that's totally alpha, just very domineering, but she can tell.
Absolutely.
Women
100%.
Women can sense things 5 miles away. I'll tell you that right now.
We want you guys to be men, to be dominant, not to be aggressively dominant, but to be like, I'm in control, I know what I want, I am confident, this is where I am. That's dead sexy. And if you're that man, we're going to focus in on you, regardless of what you look like.
I look at women's internal programming almost as she's there to consistently test for your congruency
Absolutely.
through your entire life. It's not, this test isn't going to stop. She's going to keep checking you every time. Even the little checks, as soon as she opens her mouth and says, buy me a drink, she's already shit testing you. Or are you going to be like, okay, I'll buy you a drink? And then she can write you off right there. This guy is going to supplicate to me. Or is it, you know what? Why don't you buy me a drink? I'll see if you're worth keeping around. Just completely flip that
We
power.
don't want to go into that story. Congruence, I love congruence. Do you guys know what congruence is? Off the top of your head?
It's like pretty much like matching who you are.
Yes, it's being persistent in a standard statement routine, consistently. This is who you are. You're congruent.
It's extremely important. A lot of men they do this facade thing for a couple weeks, a couple months, and then down the line they go, well, I got her, I got the game, and then they let it go and they stop being man. And then the woman goes, oh, well, now I'm resentful, and now I'm not attracted to this guy, and now I'm out.
Yeah,
totally, absolutely. And then they're totally out. They're like, bye, you're not sexy anymore. And it's very
like for instance, when I was talking to girls, they can sense that shit right through me. Because I had that bitterness, I had that, like, fuck all women, I can't stand them all, fuck bitches, fuck that, fuck this. You know, like, they read it. They read it off of my face, they read it off of my expression, they read it from a mile away. Even before I went even to go even look post down. And that's what we're kind of talking about here. You know? Is taking all that shit, throwing it out, and just becoming a whole new man. You know, like, I'm ready to start a new chapter in my life. I'm getting a house. Like, I mean, I got this fucking shit. I'm so stressed out right now. Like, I am like dead. But this is my inner game, you know. Like, I've worked hard to get where I'm at right now. Finally, it's paying off. Finally, I'm seeing happiness into my life. And it's like I said, it's another chapter.
Shit test.
We should talk about shit tests. You guys know what a shit test is, right?
Yeah.
She's basically testing to see if you're true or not. See if you're full of shit or what.
I don't think we do this on purpose. I really don't. I think it's subconscious.
Yes, it's embedded.
It is.
It's in their norm. It's in their norm to do that.
It just.
It's a female.
It is. It's like in our DNA or something. I really think it is. Again, it's testing congruence. We just want to know if you really are that man, or if, you know, in a month you're gonna come down and be that guy that goes, hey, can I do whatever you want? Can I get you a drink? Can I? Because we don't want that guy. That guy is boring. And so
He's just a friend to her.
right.
That's it.
He's not sexy. You know, we want a guy who takes power. Let me back up too, because opening a door for me, that's being a gentleman. That's chivalrous.
Yeah, sure.
That's wonderful. That's like, oh, okay, I'm special. That's cool. But you know, if you're gonna run around after me like a puppy, not so
Make her
much.
feel like the only woman in the room. I think
You're
that's
chasing-
great,
Right.
but not on the open.
But you're chasing.
Not buying a drink on the open to buy her time, affection, approval. I look at
Don't
that's kind of
try
what I said. But once I'm in comfort, once you're vibing, you're already making out. You've already created a connection. There's no problem with showing appreciation, buying a drink. At that point, she's probably going to be reciprocating you anyway. This is a reciprocal relationship.
Don't try to anticipate a woman's every need, because she will be resentful of that. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. If you can offer things, but don't, like I said, don't try to anticipate her every need. But, you know, like I said, opening car doors, that's wonderful. You know, paying for dinner occasionally, that's a good thing. But it's, there should be, like you said, some reciprocation that
See, I have a problem that girls that know me know that I really don't give a shit, and they like that, and they want that. Girls who don't know me, who I just meet somewhere, is how do I demonstrate to them that I don't give a shit, and that they gotta work for me.
But not giving a shit, there's a line. There is a line, a huge line, between not giving a shit and saying ambivalence. Okay, I've dated guys who don't call, and I'm done with them in 2 minutes. You know, if you're not going to show any kind of calling me first interest, I'm done. I'm sorry, you need to show some interest.
Yeah, don't think like
you should. Yeah.
You know, because I can sense a little vibe. You know, we'll work on that. But like what she's saying that there, you know, like guy has to make the first call.
Absolutely.
You know, don't think like, oh, you expect her, you know, if
to call
she needs to fucking call me, otherwise, you know.
No,
that's
she
not the
will
attitude
drop
to
you.
have, bro. That's not the attitude. You know, you need to like simmer it down.
Again, reciprocation.
Yeah.
I'll call you, and then you know what? Then you should call me first next time. Then I'll call you first next time.
You know, believe it or not,
it should go round and about. You should be ambivalent and be like, I'm doing something Wednesday, but you know, if you don't want to go out with me, I got other things to do.
There you go. That was so
great
beautiful.
attitude.
That was so beautiful right there.
You know,
So,
hey,
yeah, you know, I'm going out with my
movies.
friend.
Do you want to come with me?
You know?
That's cool. Oh, you got something else to do? That's cool. I got other people to go with. That's showing like I have a life. I don't need you to come with me. That's cool. But I'd like you to come. I enjoy your company.
She said it right there.
I mean, you're saying the other day, right?
That's exactly.
I'm going here.
You can read that shit.
I'd like you to come, but if not, hey.
But you're hearing it from a woman.
Now,
all that shit.
That's not, I don't give a shit. I want your company. I enjoy your company. Come with me. But I'm going to go anyway.
true.
It has to be in a subtle way.
And well, I agree with that completely. It's like the girls that know me are cool
But
who I
that's
am.
not
It's the
I
girls
don't give
that
a
don't know me. How do I express?
You say that. You say just that. I enjoy your company. I really like hanging out with you. I'm going over here. Come with me. Just like that.
Come with
Just
with
like
that
that.
frame with it.
Stand up. I'm going to go over here. Come with me. Offer. Don't grab. And then you can go like this. You've offered. Don't you? It's hard to not take the hand when it's offered. It's really, really hard. It's out in the open. Like, remember the high five.
Yeah.
It's hard to not do it. It's right there.
Like when you're shaking the glasses in the club.
Yeah, it's hard not to toast.
Okay, cool.
It's
Who is
out
that guy
there.
with
It's in
it?
the open. But if she really doesn't want it, she's gonna be like, dude. Okay, no.
Now you don't be a dick and you don't blow her off, but you're just like, oh, okay, you know, hey, well, I guess I was wrong, you know, I guess you weren't that type of girl, you know, see you later, have a good night, cool.
Have fun.
Fair enough. Like this.
I'm coming on some new shit. Improv, baby.
I like it. That was a good still shot right there. Identity. We're gonna go into this really big next week on the passion and purpose.
This is huge.
A woman's hardwired to align with a man with a really solid identity. I mean, she wants to know who you are, who is this man that she's with. And if you're just kind of floating along like, well, I'm working at McDonald's right now and I don't really know what I want to do with my life, but I'm still in college and, you know, I got time to figure it out. I'm, you know, 35 and it's cool. And she's kind of gonna, I don't know about this guy. But when you come in, a lot of the DHV you do on the open is going to be demonstrating your identity to her very quickly. She wants to know, like, right away, within 10 seconds in, they already know that Maz is a DJ. I've already told this guy spins records for a living. She already knows, like, she can already associate who she's hanging out with. She's already going through her head, like, oh, he's a DJ. If I align with this guy, he might be able to get me in the club. That's free drinks. This is this. And you do this grounding sequence very quickly. Right away, they already know. As soon as I open the conversation, he's already walking like, oh, you're giving him life advice again? She's like, what? She's like, oh, he's a life coach. You know, oh, I help guys, you know, deal with inner confidence and be more successful with women in dating. And right away, she knows part of my identity. And then he goes firmer when he starts telling them, he's a gangster rapper too. And they're like, what? Like, this guy's starting to be intriguing. What's going on here? Like, oh, let's check out my MySpace, you know.
The more things you have in your mix, you know, to me, like, I own my own landscape business. I'm a DJ. I am a life coach. I'm a great fuck.
Sounds like a gangster rapper.
And, this is my wing, I'm fucking backing them up on the mic, dude.
I grounded very quickly. Sometimes I'll have you talking, and I'm like, let me catch up with my friends over here. That's DJ Maz over there, and we never really get to hang out anymore, so we're just celebrating tonight. He's always in the studio, like working on his thing, and got this landscaping business he's running. That guy's really got his shit together, So yeah, he's not the kind of guy that needs anything from you. I'll introduce you in a second if you promise not to embarrass me. Right away, like, I'm already down there.
Fucking great, dude. That's fucking
I put all the spikes into her head of who this guy is. Like, come over and I'm like, look what I found. He's like, oh, look, my lucky charm. Who's this? Well, is she cool? I'm like, well, she's cool enough. And he's like, all right, come here.
Boom.
So
he's already built that kind of attraction for me, in a sense, in a way,
And at the same time, I'm expressing my identity to her because I don't want to be the chump guy that introduced to my cool friend.
Yeah.
We want to be two
We have to be
cool
congruent.
guys.
We have to be
She's like,
congruent with each
hey,
other.
these guys are cool
As well.
Even so, I might want to introduce him to my girlfriend over here. So
And that's needless to say what Scott happened the other night. His two buddies of his, they were in a different frame, okay, for one. But I'm pretty sure they're not really calibrated enough to know what to do in situations like that, to where we can all be positive and overcome out of that, in a positive way.
These guys in action.
It basically the whole thing just crumbled. And it just deteriorated. It's gone. It's happened to me several times. So.
Yeah, like the other day when
Don't let that hurt you.
at Murphy's Law. I didn't register that was you, and I was like,
Hey man,
I ran into her at Murphy's Law, and I was on this go, I guess.
Yeah.
I was
And
going
he
to
said,
tell
hey,
you
how's it going?
about
And I was
her,
like,
hey, you should walk. That was a waste of time. But you were like, hey, go down to the bar, get a drink. All right.
I don't know what we were talking about. I kind of like, and I was like, oh shit. But I haven't talked to her for like the beginning of the night, and then she came back, we were just chatting, but I didn't know how to close it, and I kind of just like slide and kind of slid right back.
There was nothing to close there.
There was nothing to close.
Oh, by the way, there's Roman
I was in Cali.
was that the party you guys went to this?
Yeah, well, no, that was another night.
Different day.
That was the white party with Scott and Andreas.
No, but you were doing pretty good at the white party. I was kind of checking.
I was in my own world, bro. I was in state, bro. I was doing some other shit, man.
Yeah,
talking to that girl.
she got in my house, and then I went to her house, and she wanted to keep me, and I had to.
Well, I
you
heard
right?
you guys were up on the stairs. I was kind of behind you, and I admit I was eavesdropping. And she was saying something about going hiking.
Yeah,
That's a good
she
time.
wanted.
Yeah.
She wanted more than that.
But I was like, oh, he's going to that, what do you call that, a transition,
Is it a picnic?
hiking. She said hiking.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
She wanted to go to Red Rock.
Yeah.
Well, you're basically setting up a time bridge. Okay?
That's it, time bridge. That was the word I was
call for the next day callback.
Right.
To set up a fucking hiking date.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are great because those are during the
And
day.
that's what I was thinking, oh, that's working out really well. He's
You actually
doing,
had it.
he's
I
doing
got her
well.
on Monday.
You actually had it, bro.
Yeah.
No.
And then she just wanted to fast forward.
There's times that I pulled shit that I didn't even know.
She
that I
wanted to
pulled shit.
close it. She wanted.
literally, I
She
was
wanted
actually
more, and I
fucking
didn't
this
want any more.
All right.
At the Venetian pool, dude.
And I told her straight up.
In
Yeah.
front of kids and everything.
Listen to you.
I love it. A lot of times you're creating that time bridge, and usually you have to do that like quickly after you're open. Maybe you don't have a lot of time. You're just like, hey, I thought you're absolutely adorable. I'd love to get to know you better. Blah blah blah.
And did
Let's
you see
meet up.
her other friend at that party? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Oh no, go ahead. Bro.
Which friend?
She had a short friend there, and the friend was like offering herself as a twosome.
Nice.
There's a lot of freaks.
Target number one was not in on it.
Not good. Yeah, you gotta work that out with
And
your
they
girlfriends
were
before you go
like-
off for yourself.
Well, see, this
So
is the
it
thing.
was.
A 2-for-1.
Well, you should have built attraction for both of them. You should.
Yeah, but if like he was saying, you know, if you're offering as a 2-for-1, you gotta make sure the second is up on the deal.
Right, that was the last lesson of last week.
And the second one is not a total psycho because she followed me halfway home.
Ooh, stage 5?
It's not like it's a bad thing.
Stage 5 clearance.
Scary.
Stage 5 stalker.
Stage 5 stalker.
Stalker. We call it stage 5
We
stalker.
ran into one the other day. Like,
The stage 5
because
stalker.
she calls up, I'm in the town and I want my stuff back. And I haven't seen this girl in like 2 months. I guess she got mad because I didn't write her back on Facebook.
Oh, well.
And she shows up, she parked like right there where it's not a spot, and she just straight walked up. And she's like, do you have my t-shirt? Mad's like, whoa, like all that over a t-shirt. I gave her the t-shirt. She's like, I'm just in a pissy mood. I'll talk to you another time.
Okay.
Oh, just write her off. No, what I was saying is like,
That was
how do
closure.
you make your
That was
that's
Let's close
block from my Facebook forever.
Wow.
You know, a lot of times like, you'll set up a time bridge and then you gotta kind of think of the date as I didn't get a chance to demonstrate enough value to when I first met you. I had some other shit to do, but now it's like I'm gonna meet this. I'm setting up the time. I'm gonna meet you at this time. This is where I'm going to download or upload all the DHV spikes into the target's head. So
This is where you
move into
bring
comfort.
back that emotional state that she was in, where you guys were at. Okay, you need to bring her back to that. So you need to build that attraction. But you need to build.
He did.
You need to really. You need
a
to
little
build
too
all
well,
that.
maybe.
Well, if you're meeting up with her on that time bridge, like if you actually
Well,
go to
that's
this
what I'm saying,
picnic
on
and
the
Red
next
Rock,
day,
you might as well assume that you're going to be in C1 already. She wouldn't have gone if she wasn't attracted.
I
Don't
had
assume-
to go to her house to do pigeon
Duty.
pigeon injection.
Pigeon?
Yeah, she's got them roosting above her.
Or are you that kind of, is that your vocation?
Yeah, yeah, and then all the way on up.
Alright.
Pigeon injection.
Pigeon.
We're gonna have to.
Interesting.
We're gonna go into this deeper.
Alright.
Well, I got a little piece of your identity.
There's a good. You might. I don't know. At first,
You wrap that
when
around
you
my
upload
identity.
that to my head, I'm kind of thinking.
Yeah,
like,
that's a little
put
creepy,
spin on
man.
that.
That's a little creepy, bro.
Like you can have an identity. Like you could be a.
I'm just messing.
You could be a plumber, bro, and have a great identity.
Yeah.
Right? If you're like, say, the plumber to every star in Hollywood, if you're the
Thinking
best
animal
one.
control of some sort, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Or animal control.
No,
Hey, I take care of.
Alright.
I take care of Paul Pierce's house. I mean, that's a little bit of my status there.
Paul Pierce's.
NBA basketball player for the Boston Celtics.
Is a house here? Got a house here?
Yeah.
The bitch shield.
I even displayed it on fucking MySpace. Bitch, you.
The bitch shield you encounter, you've probably seen this your whole life, and you go into the club, and you leave the club later, and you go home, and your buddy says, man, did you score, bro? And you're like, oh, they were just all stuck-up bitches. They weren't stuck up, they were just
They're
the
not. They're
bitches
just,
to you.
they're human beings just like everybody else.
Over time, they've had so many other guys hitting them on them for their whole life, 10 times a day, 30 times a day. Now it's like, you're just another guy at first. She doesn't elicit any value from you. She doesn't know who you are. So unless you come in under the radar, you can fire nags, like lower a bitch. I kind of think of it as like on Independence Day. You know, they got the shield up. You can't fire at it directly because it's gonna block you unless you go under the radar, upload the virus to the mothership, and then take down the shield, and then you fire the hammer and missiles, and that's where you start throwing your nags and break her self-esteem and DHV to bring yourself up, and then have her revalidate. Good shield, dude.
You know, I am not the girl to talk to about bitch shield because I'm not real good at bitch shield because I don't put it up. I'm super highly approachable, regardless, unless you're uber drunk. If you're uber, I mean, okay, even to that guy, you know, creepy guy, remember creepy guy you rescued me from? Even him, I was like not putting up his shield. I'm just nice, and so I don't know. I'm really approachable, and so it's really hard for me to go. And I've seen my girlfriends do it, and I stare at them, and I'm just, why do you do that?
I don't want you guys to take it personally when it is. So we might be walking along and you're just trying to open it. You're just like, hey,
Right.
she'll give you the this and keep walking.
I have been trying to work on my friends
Take it
about
easy.
not doing that to guys. Really. I mean, talking to all of my female friends about lowering that. It just, in the psychology world, it's actually called an affective filter, and it's kids do it too. And what happens is you say something to them that hits them wrong. Anyway, it doesn't matter what it is, but it rubs them just the wrong way. And so all of a sudden, this, what's called, like I said, an affective filter goes up, and it doesn't matter what you say to them at that point, nothing is getting through. So it's not, again, it's not a personal thing.
Especially from a woman, you know, get to where
Right, they're like, ooh, you.
once you fuck up, you fuck up.
Yeah.
I would just walk away.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's happened.
It goes, it's boom, that shield is raised, and it's gone.
Yeah.
You have lost all credibility. As you said the wrong thing, and it could have been something that her friend said earlier, that her boss said to her, that her kids said to her, that her ex-boyfriend said to her on their first date. That you said in the wrong tone, in the wrong body language, you're wearing the wrong cologne, you're wearing that shirt that her ex-boyfriend had, it doesn't matter. It's not about you. It's about something you have no idea what it is. And she just goes, and you're done.
I tell you what though.
Don't take it wrong. It's not about you. Move on to the next girl.
Exactly. And you know what? And just maybe about 3-4 weeks ago, I had a really going with the stripper girl. She was hot too, man. And I even took her on a first date and a second date, you know, and she had the shield up the whole fucking time. The whole damn time. From the moment I walked in that motherfucking place. And I told you about that, you know? And to me, I felt like she was taking a lot of her animosity onto me towards the last relationship that she was just in.
Okay, so was it in the form of comments or attitudes or ignoring you, or was it?
You know, everything that I did, she would bring out to my attention, like that's what she did not like, basically. And it's like, okay, well, here I am feeling attacked every time I say something or fucking do something.
Now, when she said that, did you say,
What,
did you
I
pause
kinda-
for it? You say, I'm glad you like it.
No, I kind of, at one point, I mean,
That's funny how we
you know, I went over to her house to cook her fucking dinner. At her house to cook her dinner.
What
Shit,
do
what
you
I'm
like?
saying? You know, and well, yeah.
Maybe you're in the mood to like nothing.
And at some point, I just brought it. I was like, you know, hey, wait a minute here. First of all, you're attacking me, you know, and I didn't want to go into detail and explain the psychological, you know, this is how you are. I can definitely tell, you know, because I know she wasn't going to hear that.
No.
Because it's all about her, and that's it.
Yeah.
So you make an evaluation then, if it's worth the effort to keep going,
Right.
or do you shuck it?
You can
or...
plow. I've noticed.
Well, I'm
You know,
trying to plow,
Yeah.
but it blew up.
I will fire negs and break her big shield, and then I can get in and demonstrate higher value and move into A3 and into C1. Now, once her shield's down, don't fire any more negs. Like the other day we were at the club, I was talking to smoking hot HB10. I open with a neg, she's standing next to me, and I'm just like, can I get some space? You're standing on my cock. And she's already, whoa, what? Like, who is this guy? And then I was like, no, I just noticed your earrings right there. Do you have the other three that match? They're big ass hoops. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, you're missing the other three. You look like you just got out of the Olympics
That's
or something.
mine, man.
I take it from her. But okay, she was already laughing, and then all of a sudden we're like, her shield was gone. And so I mean, it was uptight at first, and then all of a sudden I'm just getting to talk to her. I was like, you know what? I know we're flirting like this. This interaction back and forth is the boy-girl dynamic is cool, but you're interesting. You know, I want to get to know you better. Let's go over here and have a drink. And we had already moved. I was already in C1, starting to build comfort, and he just straight walks in. He's like, all right, who did you meet here? Jesus Christ, where did you get that outfit? I mean, you're in a club. Can't you just fucking? It was way over the top, and it was like he came in with a fucking F-14 Tomcat and fired a rabbit, dude. Like, had his bazooka and just smashed her down, and she just basically lowered her head, just like, wow, you're an asshole, and just left. She was gone. And I'm like, fuck. But like you said, about last week I was talking about the abundance mentality and there's a billion stars in the skies. It's no big deal, but
The standing on my cock line was awesome. I mean, that was just, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. I'm here every Tuesday. Oh, it's Monday this week. Thanks for not. Let's see. This shit's good. The frame is like what's going on. The whole thing of the way that you take the frame. She walks up and bumps into me. Like I can have the frame that everyone wants. But some guys will say, actually apologize to the girl for her bumping into him. Oh, I'm sorry. And she's like, what? And I take it as she walks up and bumps into me. I'm like, whoa, did you just grab my ass? Because I take it, my internal frame is that I'm irresistible and everyone wants me. So like now she's like, what? Right?
Well, you just trying to treat me like a piece of meat.
Yeah. She grabs this like, she grabs the tie or something. She's like, oh, this is a nice tie. And I'm just like, whoa. Buy me a drink before you hit on me like that. Are you always so this forward? Are you always this direct with guys? You know, you just gotta change the frame and it'll change the entire dynamic of the communication.
Actually, a girl can even turn it back around on you. You did the nose line on me when we met. That tried to nag me. Said, notice your nose crunchles when you wiggles when you smile.
Oh my God.
You're doing it again. And I go, I know, isn't it the cutest thing ever?
And I was like, yeah. I was like, she stole my line. I was like, oh, that's so cute, you know. But she took it anyway.
And I did. I totally turned it right
Then
back
I just like high
around.
fived her and I gave her a twirl
Yeah.
and that was it. You know.
And she's like, oh, all right.
See, we accepted each other, you know, like from then on, it's like I felt
And I'm
like we
like,
had a congruence.
Yeah,
going, you know
we
what I'm
had this lovely little.
saying?
And he kept trying to nag me, and I kept turning it back around on him, and it was fun. So, but that's just the kind of girl I am. So it was great. So you can turn it right back around on you on a girl. So if a girl tries to nag you, you can do the same kind of thing.
For instance, we were at a strip club, and I have got that strip club down to a pack. I know lots of. I can social proof that place many times. But there's this girl that I've seen her before. I've seen her at other places. I've seen her there, you know, and we've exchanged, you know, conversations, this and that, but we've never escalated, you know, because she's always had the bitch shield up, you know. And so it's just, you know, hey, whatever, you know, if she's gonna have that shield up, if she's gonna have something stuck up her ass the whole time, then fucking let her. We won't just say anything, we'll keep it to ourselves, you know. But we roll in there and then he goes to the bathroom and the two girls are sitting in the back and I can't remember what they said and he's like, oh, you got an attitude or something. I was like, oh, well, thanks for noticing, you know, just like that.
Oh, but you called me an asshole?
And then my other friend, she's just fucking cracking up when at his comment and shit. At her friend.
She's like, yeah, sweet, yeah, you were an asshole. I was like, oh, thanks for noticing. And the other stripper's like, oh. And then I was like, oh, by the way, we're having a barbecue. I don't know about you, but
I don't know
like,
about
you're definitely invited. We might need a wild card. She's like, oh, okay. And it's a Facebook close and it's over. Let's see. Oh, I was gonna put this out. Like on Borat, when he says basically like the lifeguard's like, Borat, those trunks are a little small for you, and Sashi Cohen's boss is like, oh, thank you.
I think girls are changing too. They're getting less and less like, I guess.
Resilient?
No, not resilient.
Awake?
Just they're resisting less in general. They're more open to sex. As
Well, that's
time
good to
goes
know.
on.
We'll go to affirmation, and then I'm gonna go back to approach anxiety and start doing management.
You guys know what affirmations are? I am the shit. I have a total job.
Do we now?
Yes, I did. I got a penis implant. You want to see?
So like an
Double
affirmation
my
is a
size.
positive statement that you start affirming to yourself.
I love myself.
It's
you
telling
know?
your internal programming, your subconscious, to basically reprogram your entire mindset, the way you see the world. If you look at my mirror in there, I have like over fucking 150 post-its of I'm irresistible. I'm dating a stripper. I'm dating this. I have bulletproof confidence. I have three of them right here.
Interesting.
I speak with authority, clarity, conviction, and passion. Like, so I keep this up here to keep me in that mindset. So like some guys have a limiting belief of like, oh, I'm bald, she wouldn't talk to me, or I'm too short. And he's actually put it into his head like she's not gonna talk to him because of that. And as soon as
These are the insecurities.
Because
he goes
some
into the
women really
conversation.
like bald men.
Yeah.
These are the insecurities. To me, I feel like they're more insecurities than women. I mean, that's the same shit. You know?
Then when you talk to the bald guy and he keeps telling you like, oh, she doesn't like me because I'm bald. He goes and attempts to talk to the woman, and she shuts him down. He keeps saying, well, it's probably because I'm bald. And the way you start changing these actual beliefs, you have to start telling the guy like, well, have you ever been with a woman when you were bald? Have you ever seen? Has there never been a bald guy on the face of the planet that's been with a woman? You'd be like, well, I'm sure there has been, right? Yes. So you say, so actually, it's maybe not because you're bald, it might be something else. And you start slowly kind of changing these beliefs. So I'm going to go into a restructuring exercise. You can say, belief is a feeling supported by references, or it's your idea is like a tabletop, and then it becomes a belief when you put the legs under the tabletop. So the example is like my fear. Say, I'm afraid to approach a random woman on the street. Does anyone relate to that one? Some level or another? So you question the belief. And you can go home tonight and start doing these like over and over. And I've sat for hours and hours like rechanging limiting beliefs on me, and it in time change your entire personality and outlook on life. So you question it. You're saying, was there ever a time in my life that I did walk up to a random woman on the street? The answer is, well, of course I have. Maybe you asked her for the time, maybe it's just some answer where you can tell yourself, yes, it's possible. Do you think this will ever happen again? Probably. So in actuality, did you ever talk to a random woman on the street? Now the answer is yes. So you're telling me now that you do talk to random women on the street. Well, if you put it that way, yes, I guess so. So can you make a conscious effort to repeat this action regularly? You're kind of fighting, but you're like, all right, I can. At that point, you want to make a conviction to yourself saying, I talk to random women on the street all the time. It's not a big deal. So then you start. Today, you're at that point, once you put that in your mind, the next time you're on the street, you're going to, even if it's just hi. So now it's going to reaffirm into your brain like, I do this. And now your new belief system forms where you're like, I approach women all the time.
I can do it similar.
This is actually fun and easy.
And that's the beauty thing. It's like we can meet women during the day or at night. And if you have this belief system that you can do that, the more power to you.
This is not just about approach anxiety or women. This is like if you're afraid to fly.
You're better than the stripper. If she only meets guys at night.
Afraid of trying to step out of your comfort zone and go to a new job, anything like that.
That's why it's like, like I kind of go down, like the last encounter I had with a stripper, I was like, I kind of, wasn't bragging or anything like that, but I came across as like, oh yeah, I enjoy talking and meeting people during the day and at night, so I kind of made it like during the day and at night. She was like kind of curious of what I had to say with that, but I didn't even explain anything because they didn't get that far. But,
I know this kind of seems like really far-fetched, but like when I wrote I'm dating a stripper, say on my mirror, right? And I look at that every day. I'm not dating a stripper right now, but I look at it every day, and like now I'm actually just this last week I closed 3 strippers while they were on shift. One of them bought me a drink. One of them grabbed me and fucking made out with me after I was telling her about it. I hit the connection point. We have like a whole stripper formula now, which we won't release till week 12, but stay tuned. But now it's like, because I keep telling myself every day, my brain is going to begin to proactively look for solutions. And I'm not going to self-sabotage myself when I'm in the situation to make it happen. Like, same thing, she decided to sit on me, and I'm just like, basically DHVing myself. He's running in like, oh, how do you know this guy? He gets slayed like a rock star, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, wait, who is this guy? And then I have another girlfriend of mine who's sitting over there like, oh, that's my good friend Ryan, blah, blah, blah. Oh, how do you know her? And then I start getting on this connection about, we're talking about Burning Man, you know what that is? Yeah. Okay, so we start,
all those people at the white party are going to Burning Man.
Not all. About half. Don't get me started about the non-burners at that party.
Well, she basically, I connected with her on that because she brought that up. She's like, I really want to go. It was so fun. And I'm basically going to the gambit of, oh, I know exactly what you mean. And I'm a really spiritual person, So like, and the whole thing about Burning Man is you build this whole city, and at the end you tear it down, showing that you're not attached to anything in the physical world. And she just was like, and this fucking plan went on me, and I was like, whoa, she's on her ship, I'm not paying money, I didn't buy her any drinks, and then I was like, whoa, and then I go back to okay, I know this little flirting thing's going on, but you're interesting, I'm actually having a barbecue next week, you should come you know, we might need a wild card. She's like, oh, here's my Facebook. How can we continue this conversation? She's like, let me give you my numbers. And you start running these into your internal programming every day, like depending on the type of life that you're looking for. And you can't just, when you write an affirmation, once you start becoming that, your brain will proactively start looking for routes to take you in that direction. That have the internal beliefs of money's the root of all evil.
Just because she looks beautiful, you know, and she has that because she gets hit on 200 times a day. You gotta put her in her shoes, man. You gotta feel it from her side of view. I mean, would you want some like 200 guys fucking approaching you day in and day out? Don't you get tired of that?
Chris Rock does this whole thing about getting off for a date. Like every time a man talks to a woman, she's getting off for a date. Want some dick? Want some dick? Can I open your car door? You want some dick? It's really good.
An issue, maybe something that's going on in your life. You're pissed off about it could be anything. Okay, I'm going to losing your job.
I got one.
Yep.
I hate that I don't go out enough, but when I do, it's often like some little crappy bar where I freaking gamble and spend the whole night playing video poker instead of actually out meeting people.
Okay, I already got your answer. Cool. And this is like a little map you can use over and over. So they're starting to like a little pissed off. I'm going out. I should be talking to this girl and instead like I'm distracting myself, right? I'm basically saying, I want to go out. Maybe I'll just hang out for a minute. Maybe I'll fucking put 100 in the machine. Okay, let me get a drink.